What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 17 different altcoins today. You guys, I've been going through the comments like a madman today. I actually have started this video later than I anticipated starting it because there are so many comments. I do like to respond to every comment that comes my way. Normally, I actually have enough time in the day and I can work on it throughout the day. But I went on vacation for a week and a half and I had not responded to any comments really that whole time. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. Tomorrow, I should be caught up on everything. So if you don't see your request in this video, fret not. It'll be on tomorrow. Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Sundays are normally request days, but I am going to do requests tomorrow on Friday in lieu of my absence for the past week and a half. So I'll rectify that. But for the time being, this is the 17 coins that we're going over today. There are definitely more coins that I'll talk about but I think they deserve their own individual videos. But we're gonna go over right now. Here's the list. So we're gonna talk about THAVAGE, Worldcoin, Compound, LANDSHARE, SHX, Bump, XYO, LTC, Math, AAVE, Bonk, Shiba, Furu, JUP, XEP, Flow, and SWFTC. Or I don't even know if it's SWFTC. It's just SWFT to finish it off, but it might be SWFTC. At any rate, I will leave in the description the list of the coins that I'm going over. I probably won't leave timestamps because I really don't have enough time today. That's also why I'm not giving shout outs, because I just wrote it down, man. It's kind of crazy because I write it down. Here's a crappy little list that I got, right? I write them down so that I can see it here. That way I'm not looking on my phone or on the computer as I'm doing it. It's just easier for me. But when I write down names, it actually takes longer to write down the requesters' names than it does to just write down the requested coins. So things will be back to normal probably tomorrow. I will give shout outs and all that stuff as I normally do. But tonight I'm trying to kind of speed run this because I am already running a little bit late. And I've got some things that I need to do before I go to bed tonight besides videos. So anyways, without any more of my excuses, let's get into this. We're talking about 17 coins. Here we go. THAVAGE. A straight savage for Mike Tyson to start it off. He's probably going to whoop Jake Paul's ass. He's going to go savage on that. Anyways, seriously though, it's not going to be good. A lot of people hate on Jake Paul. I don't like Logan Paul so much, but I think Jake Paul's cool, man. And I think he's done something that a lot of people haven't been able to do, which is bring Mike Tyson out of retirement. I think they're actually friends. Like I genuinely, I mean, I think it's obvious, but I think they're friends. Or they're cool with each other at least. There's definitely some mutual respect there. But Tyson's gonna whoop up on him, man. It doesn't matter how much respect he has for anybody. If you're in the ring with him, man, that guy's an animal. I don't care how retired he is. Like good luck. Good luck's all I gotta say. But that's not. I'm not a sports channel. I am a technical analysis channel. Hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more technical analysis. And let's get started. So looking at this thing, it's very new. That's why we're on the 2-hour time frame. From high to low, you're well below your 236. Looks like you're kind of in this phase of just death right here, right? You had a lot of volume back here, perhaps just that initial craze whenever it's created, and now there's just this slew of boring, nothing's going on. To be fair, the fact that you haven't continued to just spiral down into nothingness, you're kind of leveling out. It is kind of encouraging. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see higher spikes in volume in these areas. But you're not really getting that, though you could start to get that. Again, this is such a new chart. We're using the 2-hour period. I don't know. I've kind of got faith that this thing could return to higher prices from here. You're at 0.0035. You really could go all the way back up to like 0.02, so about 2.7 cents. You really could return there or higher. Genuinely speaking, will you see new all-time highs? I doubt that. This coin, it looks like it had its initial run and it's done, but you never know. If you want to take a crack at it with a random meme coin, this one might do well. I bet around the time of the Jake Paul fight, it will probably do well as well. So maybe you hold it here, you buy the rumor, you sell the news, right? I wouldn't hold it past that fight, or maybe even like up to 2 weeks to that fight. If it pumps by then, maybe just get out, take your money and run. But not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is a meme coin, so don't throw the bank at it, man. You could, with the kind of gains that I'm talking about, like that I would maybe expect, I don't even know. Give it a chance to happen. That's about a 7x there. 8x. I mean, I wouldn't put a ton of money into this thing. If you want to throw like $100 at it, turn it into $800, cool, you know. But you could also just go to Vegas and put it on black. I don't know, or red. I like red more. But anyways, that's THAVAGE. We're talking now about Worldcoin, which I forget what the ticker is for Worldcoin. It's been so long. WLD. I thought it was WRLD. WLD. Worldcoin. We'll look at it on Binance. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this coin because it seems so dystopian, Orwellian. I think it's got potential. I don't know. I don't like Sam Altman, but I think this coin has potential. You got to take your emotions aside from things, man. Low to high here from September of 2023 to the recent high that we had in March this year. You are holding support at your 382. Yes, you wicked below it, but the way this looks right now, you guys, is actually pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of exactly what you would look for continuation to the upside. The chart itself, I mean, it's very new, but it looks pretty damn strong. Not going to lie. Even if it does go lower, it looks pretty strong. I like it. I think you found support at the 618, found resistance on your 382. So my next target to look for based off this fib would be around $3.50, $3.6, perhaps even down to $3 or $2.50 itself, anywhere and everywhere in this kind of, let's just say, bubble down here, something like that, and probably in that kind of given time frame, you know, looking at it like that. If I take away the fib, it might be easier to see, you know, draw this trend line like that, something like that. I don't know, that kind of would break that trend line actually. I thought this was older. I thought Worldcoin was older than this. Is this the best chart to use? It's got to be older. I swear it is older. Maybe on KuCoin? Okay, there's not really that much more age. July. I guess that's that. I don't know. Maybe it's not older. Maybe you could get your eye scanned last cycle and they just didn't come out with it until this cycle. I don't know. But lower nonetheless. I feel like it wouldn't be crazy to go down to these prices based off the fibs, but it kind of would, I guess, be crazy based on this kind of trajectory you have. But also these diagonal lines, man, oftentimes you do break them. People are like, oh no, you broke this, who cares, whatever line it is, and then that's when you go up. That's when you have your low. It's like this fake out scare, and really all it is just if you take the line away, it's a higher low. You'd get a low here, and then a higher low here. I mean, so what if it doesn't go in a straight line? It matches with the fibs, the relative fibs, and just looking at the structure for what you have, finding support at the 618, rejecting the 382, the next likely target would be either back in this zone or more probably, as of right now, the 786 to the 886, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. It wouldn't be crazy at all to find support in that 360, 357 to $4 area. It really wouldn't. Form some kind of double bottom, slightly lower low, slightly higher low. It wouldn't be crazy at all. Daily RSI actually looking kind of nice. It looks, maybe. Yeah, looks like you've broken that, which is a good thing. You might come back, find support. Yeah. You might get some bullish divergence. Close below there, but get a higher low overall. Yeah, man, I think you go lower from here. You're at 480. You probably go to around $4.05, around there, give or take 10 cents, maybe in either direction. Of course, you could go lower, but at the moment, I am thinking you're probably going to find a low somewhere in this area, and sometime soon, either by the end of this month or next month, and then you'll start to move up. So Worldcoin looking good. I wonder actually what its market cap is, just real quick. Worldcoin. That's a pretty high market cap, but I mean, it could grow a lot, man. If it turns out to be, if it gains traction, I mean, this coin could do a 100x this cycle. It's possible. I wouldn't give it much past that, and really, I'd be kind of surprised at that even. But a 20x to 50x, pretty solid gains, still doable for this thing from the current price, let alone if it goes a little bit lower. So that's Worldcoin. I think it's going down for now, but I do believe you found your relative low. Compound. Normally this one would get its own video, but I feel like I did its own video recently, or I've talked about it enough over the past couple days where it hasn't done anything really too exciting other than this big phenomenal drop that we've had. I don't think that it's going to go lower than that. You can see we actually tipped the 236. That's interesting. I don't know if I've seen this before. And we tipped the 382. This is kind of constructive behavior, actually. It's not constructive. This is destructive, but what we're seeing right here over the past 3 weeks is nice. I've said this a few times. I'm going to say it again now. I don't believe this move to be legitimate. And what I mean by that is I don't think it's going to have any follow through. And I think that when it comes back, it's going to be over as soon as it came, essentially, right? Like this, it just happened quickly and nothing else came from it. And we're going to revert back to this zone here, and then we're going to come back up to this area, consolidate, and then we'll break out. We're essentially in the same boat that we've been in for months now, you guys, just at lower prices. So consolidating, waiting for the prices to break higher. I am in the belief that the price will go to, what was it, $230 to $300, potentially even up to $600 soon whenever we do see this breakout move. Thought we were getting it back here, just didn't happen. Didn't happen. We got this weird little pullback back into our accumulation range. Some people are asking, does this change things? And it doesn't change things. It could change things, but I mean, I don't think it will, being that this, we are in the middle of a bull market and a lot of cryptos dumped around this time. It didn't dump on its own, it kind of makes sense. And it happened with very low volume for like a weekly standard. You do have lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. So that is hidden bullish divergence. Overall, you're still in this accumulation range. You haven't done anything to really condemn you to lower prices or prevent you from seeing glory soon. It's just where we thought it was going to take like a month or two before we broke out here to the upside. It looks like we went down. It's probably going to take us a few more months later this year, sometime probably in the second half, before we see those prices that we've been waiting for. But that's all good, man. It's just more time to accumulate compound if you really believe in it. It's definitely one of my biggest bags, but I think I averaged in, I know I averaged in below $58. I started DCAing at $58, so my average might be around 56. My lowest buy was at $38. But anyways, here, I started DCAing at $58. And when I say I started to, it was like back over here. That's when I started DCAing, was at $58. DCA'd all the way down, DCA'd up, just DCA'd throughout, and then I stopped DCAing right before we broke this diamond pattern here. You can go back and watch my videos from January. I remember I said I was probably done loading up on it then. And then we're back in that point now. We're back in the point where I think it's fine to DCA. So compound, looking fine, just being boring. Really nothing to expect. I would say I wouldn't expect anything other than a slow crawl, probably back up to this zone here between about $73 to $100 in that range. We'll probably consolidate, and then when it's time, we will see that glorious move probably months from now, unfortunately. But fortunately at the same time, because time to consolidate and DCA. Let's see. The next one is LANDSHARE. I forget that one. Is it Land? I thought it was. You see, there's another land token that exists. It's in the Decentraland ecosystem, but you can't buy it on exchanges. You can only buy it through Decentraland. Landbox, no. I thought it was Land. Come on now, LANDSHARE. Okay. I don't know why. Maybe it's just okay. Whatever. Not that, and not that. Maybe we're going to have to go back to Dex Screener. LANDSHARE token. That looks fine to me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm just going to make sure real quick. Okay, we're good. And you guys can hear me. I had issues with my audio yesterday, not during the videos, but just before the videos. So I was just making sure that everything's good now. Let's see, low to high here. You might go down to $2.40, $2.41. You're at $3.50 now. Yeah, that 240 area looks about right. Maybe even a little bit lower than that wouldn't be crazy. Again, because the 382, generally speaking, you do go a little bit below it on the first pass, and from this macro low to the current high that you have, technically your all-time low to your all-time high, going a little bit below that would make sense. And then beyond that, you've also got your previous areas of resistance right here, right? Checking back at that, the point that you broke out for support, and then moving higher, that makes sense. From a relative low to high, that's in your 618, 6.9 zone. It's literally at your 6.9. So you might not go directly to $2, but I'd say anything between about $2.36 to $2 is free game. You're at $3.50 now, so lower you go, until you don't, and then you're going to go higher. But yeah, you kind of looks like you have a descending kind of structure right now, lower highs, flat base. Not really a good look. I think you will. You're probably going to go down. So that's LANDSHARE. SHX, is this one on here? Yes. Gate.io or MEXC. Gate.io it is. Let's see. Nice move. Moved up a lot. I like the weekly RSI, man. I like this consolidation that you're having, actually. I really do. You could go lower. You could go down to 0.00357. Let's call it 358. It wouldn't be crazy to do. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, maybe you do. You probably do. I think you do. Yeah. So let's just say that 382 at about 0.0035, probably just below that yellow line as well, right? And you could go all the way back down to your 61869. That really wouldn't be crazy either, because you put a weekly high close right there, right? Like literally right at this previous area of resistance, you've got your 61869 level. 618's right there. That's your 61869, those two white lines there, and look at how well it lines up with the previous area of resistance. So if you pull back that far, that's not too crazy at all. It's just a hefty bit of a deficit from the current price. And the way that you're structured now, I wouldn't think that you would just continue to do this all the way down. I would think you're looking more like you want to continue upwards after going down a little bit more. Like coming down here would make sense, and then I don't know. But tomato, man. 30 or 0.00357, 358, whatever, is probably the likely area that you'd find support just below there. If not, we'll see down at 0.001 to 0.0014, somewhere in that area. That's SHX, looking like it wants to go lower. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, you got hidden bearish divergence on your daily. Daily RSI looks resilient, to be fair. A little bit of weakness showing, but looks pretty resilient. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you're going to continue to climb from here. I think this is it. I think this is a high. It looks like a higher high here, but really it's just, if you zoom out, it's just a lower high. It's insignificant. So you could even go higher from here, relatively speaking, but still go down. I do think you have lower prices to go. Prove me wrong on that. Get above this high, and then we can talk. But until then, lower prices. Bump. Oh yeah, Bump is one of those coins. I think it's on Dex Screener. If not, we're going to get a freebie. We're going to get a pass. We did not get the pass. We are talking about it. We're talking about some bumps today. Is it Bump on base? I'm going to go with the one that has the most volume. No, because you said it was Bumper. Didn't you? Didn't you? Let me see here. Hold on. Bumper word, let's see. Nope. Yeah, I know. Man, my eyes are being weird right now. It says Bumper. We'll type in Bumper. Yeah, bud. I'm sorry. Obviously it's not Donald Bump. That's funny. That's pretty funny. And it's not Bump on base. So we'll do this real quick, but I doubt it's this one too. I don't see any bumpers, man. Looks like it wants to go down. Looks like, yeah, looks dead. Looks like a non-factor of a coin. I'd stay away from it. Yeah, boring. It'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down, but it's not going to do anything too phenomenal, is it? If this is the one, but I don't know if it is. XYO is the next one. Because if it's here, if it's Bumper on here, I type in Bumper. I mean, unless it's one of these. If it's not an American exchange, if it's a stock and it's not an American exchange, you guys need to clarify that. But it's not, because it's Bumper B. Bumper, it's something else, or Bumper 10. I don't know. You know. Need to clarify. Just let me know, because I will assume it's on an American exchange, and if it's not on an American exchange, I probably won't do it if it's a stock, unless you specify. Because I don't think that Bumper is a stock. I do think it's a crypto. I just don't think it's. I can find the chart on it, unfortunately. I think that's what it is. And that's why I normally don't go for those ones. Anyways, man, let's get back to the task at hand here. XYO, looking like it wants to go lower. Yeah, no question in my mind that it looks like it wants to go lower, but probably not too much lower. Yeah, you might just a little bit below that low. I think you go to 0.007, around there, just around there. You're at 0.0081 right now, so just a little bit lower. LTC, also one that would normally get its own video, but I'm going to do a grayscale video later, so it'll get included. And I talked about this one recently too, a couple times. Let's see, finding support on the 50 on the weekly, on that green line too. It's a nice look. I'm not gonna lie, I like the weekly RSI. I don't like the daily RSI so much. It's debatable if that's the low or if you go lower. I'm kind of uncertain with that. Time will tell, I guess. I mean, really what you have is you have a breakdown here. You're consolidating to the upside. It's kind of like a bear flag, right? That's your pole. Here's your flag. Your next move would be to the downside. It'd be like a mimicked move of this here. So to be completely fair, you found resistance there. Yeah, I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do move lower. And the weekly RSI looks really nice right now though, but that could change if this week closes red. Daily RSI doesn't look so good. Why am I doing this here? Let's see. Come on now. There we go. Let's see if we can find anything. Not really too helpful. I want to see how this week closes. Maybe we'll talk about Litecoin again by the end of the week. I want to see how this week closes. Yeah. Because I'm kind of convinced that could be your low. I do think that you will go lower from here first. I do think you'll go lower, but you might hold this $77 to $75 area, $74 area. You might hold this area here and then work your way up. If not, you're going back to $65, man, $60, around there in that area. But it's hard to say. I want to see how this week closes. If it closes green, I'm more encouraged to believe we're going to continue to go up because that's a nice look on your weekly RSI. However, if it closes red, this little bounce could be a false bounce. You're finding resistance at your 1272, and then likely you would. That would be kind of destructive behavior, deconstructive behavior. And at which case I would expect you'd go lower than this low here, and your next low would be around $69 to $66, maybe even $64, somewhere around there. So, yeah, bit of a head scratcher. I do think it goes down regardless from its current price from here, but how much lower is the question that remains. Yeah, I'm very confident it's going to go lower from here. LTC, USD, even with this day being green right now, it's almost like a bullish engulfing candle, right? I don't think I think it's going to flip red, honestly, today. Math is the next one. Math, United States dollar on Coinbase. Let's see. Is this the best chart to use? Probably. Okay. Low to high. Maybe down to about 30 cents. You're at 40 cents now. Probably go down to about 30 cents. Maybe even all the way down to 17 cents, man, genuinely. But I think you're going to hold that 25 to 30 cent area around 30 to 26 cents. Yeah, something like that. That's math going down. AAVE. Obviously. AAVE took a dump too, man. That's all these finance tokens. All these DeFi tokens. I don't know if AAVE and Compound are technically DeFi. Even if they claim to be, right? Maybe they don't claim to be. I don't know. Yeah, YFI, XCN, AAVE, Comp. They all took a little dump, didn't they? I'd say it's the same thing as comp. The chart, I will say the weekly chart, the weekly RSI doesn't have me as excited. You do technically have hidden bullish divergence though, to be completely fair. But I don't like the look of the RSI as much. I don't like what you're doing with that green line there. You do look like you want to go lower, but I'm in the belief, the same belief with compound as I am with this, that you probably don't go lower than this. You probably do come down. I would bet that you go lower than this daily low close here at about 82.71. And when you go below there, that's going to be your next low. You'll probably close below there. And then somewhere around here between, I'd say anywhere like 75 to 82 bucks is probably where you're going to go, and then you'll move up. That's my thoughts for AAVE. Yeah. AAVE. Bonk. Boink. Boink. Let's see. Bonk. There we go. Maybe not on Coinbase. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Low to high. Ah, man. I like it. I think it goes lower from its current price, but I do think it's found its low, which is nice to see. You know, for a while there, I was convinced Bonk was going to go down to this level here at like 5.0559 or lower, but I'm not so convinced about that anymore. Yeah, you probably come down from here. You probably do. Time will tell, but I think you do. Yep. Yep, very convinced. You'll probably find support, if I really had to guess, around 402. Right around there. If not, your worst case scenario, 40168, but I think 402 is where you're going to find it. You're at 40252 right now, so a little bit lower. And then consolidate, work your way up. You might form some kind of odd looking inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Where you've got this like left shoulder here, your head, your right shoulder right there, right? And then to me it looks like upside down sombreros or hats. I stopped drawing them like this, where I would circle the left shoulder, circle the right shoulder, and then draw the head for the obvious reasons. I'm tired of drawing mouse faces, right? That's what that is. Goes down, going down. Bonk, you're going down a little bit, just a little bit. Shiba Inu on Coinbase here, looking like it wants to go down. I'm very confident in that, man, just by the looks of it. Yeah. Yep. To be fair, though, this daily RSI is pretty nice. It's not the best, but you did break this descending structure. You have a higher high right here. To be fair, though, it is a lower high, so that is hidden bearish divergence. Damn. That would mark continuation. That would mark continuation of this move here. There is a chance, however, that you could find support down in this area, somewhat similar to, was it SHX? No, it might have been math. I forget. Where maybe you go just below this daily close here. You don't go below that low, but you go below that low. You close below it. You form some bullish divergence on your daily, and then you move up from there. And that wouldn't be crazy at all, because this does somewhat look like a bull flag. But I'm going to be honest. I think Shiba is going to run with Dogecoin, and I think Dogecoin is going to be rather boring for the months to come. So you're probably going to, regardless if you pump up from here or you go down, whatever, you're probably going to meticulously work your way back down to this like top area here. You'll probably hold it. You'll move sideways. You'll have your pumps. You'll have your dumps. You'll do whatever until later this year, and then you'll probably start to resume later this year, like late this year. Q4 of this year is probably when Shiba will do well again. Unless something big happens, unless there's something that I don't know about or that people don't know about, something big and exciting happens with it. But I think it's going to be in a boring phase for quite a while. The weekly RSI looks really damn good though, man. That weekly RSI looks, I don't know. You know, if you can form bullish divergence by closing below here, you don't even need to do that. I mean, you could even just come down and bounce. You don't need the bullish divergence. But if you bounce here and you break this kind of structure, there could be hope for some excitement more immediately than I'm giving it credit for. But for now, down. For now, likely you're going to go below 40211, 212. You're going to go below there. That's Shiba. Furu, Furu. I'm assuming this is the one. Not a lot of volume. Probably not worth looking at, honestly. But it's on Pulse Chain, so I mean, that's something worth looking at, I guess. Probably goes down. If you're looking to trade a meme coin or a whatever this coin is, this is probably a very tradable coin, though it has very, very low liquidity, right? I'm talking $1.4 thousand in a 24-hour period. So if you're trading this, even with like $100, you are a substantial amount of the daily volume. So just be aware of that. I wouldn't touch this thing, man. If you want to throw $10 in it and try to take money from people, go for it, because that's essentially what it would be. But you're probably not. If you're trying to throw like $100 in it or $1,000 in it, you're gonna move the price easily with this thing. You're not gonna. You could put like a $100 buy order here at the current price, and you wouldn't be able to buy here. You wouldn't be able to. You could put a sell order here for $100. You wouldn't be able to sell there. But $10, $5 maybe. You know, small amounts maybe. But it probably comes down from here. Just looking at it, it's a very new chart, so it's hard to say. But that's my thoughts. And inevitably, it probably does work its way up because you have these ascending lows with like a flat top, so you probably do have a breakout. But for the time being, I wouldn't touch it. I hate messing with anything that's low liquidity, and I definitely don't want anybody thinking that just because it's on one of my videos that it's worth getting into. Not trying to hate on it. I'm just saying, and maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there's more liquidity than what it's saying. I don't know, but I don't want anybody getting screwed over by putting money in a coin that I do think will inevitably go up, but really if you put $1,000 in it, you might be the reason it goes up, you know what I mean? It doesn't take a lot to move that, and it'll be hard for you to get out. It'll be hard for you to get in at the price you want, it'll be hard for you to get out at the price you want. Even if you sell at the right price, you're like, this is the top, you won't be able to sell at that price because there's not enough liquidity. That's just that. Jupiter, talking about Jupiter, stay on page. We're trying, man. Is this right? Let's see. February, January. I kind of like the Kraken chart more, just because I don't know. I guess the Binance chart does look better. It's just got this big day, but whatever. Okay. All right. From this relative low to this high, the all-time low to the all-time high. Looking deconstructive, yeah. Found support on your 3.8 or your 618 though. That's a nice look. You probably come back down at least to 89 cents around there at your 0.5. You could find support there and then continue to move up higher. You might test your 618, 69 area again. You could, which means you could go a little bit lower than that low there, and that's okay. Form like a double bottom, whatever. I like this 0.5 area though, so let's see how you do with that, because that is a relative high back here. You found a little bit of support on some wicks here, support over here. Let's see how you do with that 89 cent area. If not, 75 cents to 67 cents is on the table. I don't think you'd go much lower than that though. Looking at it, I can be wrong. But just because you found your low, potentially, just because you found your low, doesn't mean it's off to the races. I mean, this thing can take its sweet time. You know, it can be some time. It can be months before it gets exciting again. And it'll probably get exciting as meme coins get exciting, right? Because that's what Jupiter's mainly used for, and to my knowledge at least. It's like Solana, right? But a lot smaller. I really don't know much about Jupiter, man. I just know the price. I know the charts. XEP Electrum Protocol. Somebody asked me to talk about this one. I haven't talked about it in 8 months, they said. So let's do it. Let's talk about it now. At least it's 8 months old, man. At least it has that going for it. Low to high. Looks like it moved up a good bit. Good job. I don't remember if I was bullish or bearish, but whatever. Because if I made a video 8 months ago, I mean, you know, that's not a lot of history to go off of either way. But let's see. I wonder if I was talking about this thing going up, I probably would have mentioned that price if I talked about it going up, like literally right around where it went to, because that's where the 1272 is. So I'm not just cherry picking. I'm not just making that up. I take this high. Maybe you could take the relative high. Maybe I am cherry picking this high to this relative low here. That 1272, man, it's literally right there. I like this look. I like this look a lot, actually. You probably go down a little bit more, 0.000768, and then you move up. Oh, maybe not, though. That's a nice looking weekly RSI, bro. You might have found your low. You might have found it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you might have found it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, yeah, I think so. I think you're working your way up, man. Oddly enough, this is one of the more bullish charts, in my opinion. You're probably going to work your way up to new highs here soon. While most things are going to meander for the next couple months, you, by the end of May, will likely see prices up above or around at least 0.003. You're at 0.001 right now, so yeah, looking good, Electro Protocol. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, that would mean that you're going to go to 0.000768. around there, about a was that like a 25% loss, give or take, something like that, 25 to 30% loss, something like that, maybe a little less. It's probably right around 25% actually, XCP, if I'm wrong, and that would be the worst of it. Let's see, flow, and then we're going to finish it up with SWFT. Flow coin. I like it. I like it a lot. I love charts that start off really high, and then you're down here being able to buy at a huge discount. All these people, for months, they were buying up at these prices, and you got in late to the party, and you're getting at just phenomenally lower prices. What is this thing as far as its market cap and circulation goes? It's a pretty high market cap, isn't it? Fully diluted supply. I love to see it. Not a lot of volume. That's okay. Lower low in the RSI, higher low in the price for now. So it's not a bad look for now. I do think you're working your way down to 68 to 61 cents, somewhere around there. I think so. With the way this week's looking, you close below your 382. Sorry. Close below your 382, and you've actually just tested it as resistance, right? That's not a good look, in my opinion. That's really tipped your 123 daily moving average where you found support before, finding resistance now. I think the next likely target is going to be around the 618, 69 area, which if you look at the price, it's where you found support before. You even tipped it back here on the 6.9. You've even got this little support right here on a closing basis, right in the middle of that zone with that little tip right there as well. So between 68 to 61 cents, probably close to that 65 to 68 cents area is probably where you're going to go over the weeks to come. Yep, probably. The daily RSI looks like ass, so that all makes sense. Anyways, flow going down. Swift. And I hope you guys know that whenever I think you were, whoever requested this, you probably were talking about SWFTCoin. Whenever I say things like the daily RSI looks like ass, I hope you know that I'm not talking smack to you, obviously. I'm talking smack about the coin, just the way it looks. I'm not even actually talking smack about the coin. I don't know enough about these coins or care enough about these coins to put them down, but I do know a little bit about charts and technical analysis, just a little bit, right? So, I mean, if I think it looks bad, I'm going to say it looks bad. I mean, it's nothing personal. I know people get their feelings hurt sometimes because they are very attached to these projects, but I know most of you appreciate the transparency and the honesty and just the candid banter, right? At least I don't know. I think you do. I feel like I get a lot of comments. People appreciate it, even if I say things you don't agree with. That's how it's always been, man. That's how it is. That's what my best friends tell me that they love about me is that I will tell them the things they don't want to hear. They'll come to me for advice because I will tell them the things they don't. I'll give them my genuine opinion. If I think it's something's bad, if I think they're with a girl that's bad for them, if I think whatever, and everybody else is blowing smoke up their ass and like making them think that things are something that they're not, or just encouraging them because they don't want to be the bearers of bad news, I will be that bearer of bad news. It's not that I'm happy to do it. I guess I'm happy to do it, but it's more like it's just my nature. I like to BS. I love to BS with my friends. BSing is fun, but I don't like to BS with them about things that matter. I want to be serious about things that matter. So we're talking about money here. We're talking about investing our money. We're talking about trading here. I want to be serious about things that matter, right? So I will candidly respond that your RSI looks like ass if I think it does. But enough of that. SWFTCoin, to finish up this video, 2272 resistance, 1618 support. It's not a bad look, is it? That's not what I wanted. Weekly RSI still looks really damn good. Daily RSI looking like it wants to go lower. Okay, whatever. You could form a double bottom. You might go a little bit lower. Maybe you go down to your 1414. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Less common, but not totally weird at all. And that would give you a little bit of a price below this 123 moving average, this green line here. I'm just drawing over it. Probably continues out like this. Find support down here. As it continues out, you're getting a price below the green line. Key area to buy, and then it goes higher. You might not, though. I mean, this really could be your low. It could hold there. Either way, I do think it goes lower from here. You're at about a half cent now. You probably do go below 0.0045 cents, at least there. I don't know. It depends on what you do with this oversold zone. If you can bounce like you did last time, okay, cool. Then that is your low. However, if you get into it, well, you'll probably break that low, and you probably will go to this area here, the next fib level to look for, which it would make sense. You know, you got resistance back here, right at the 1414, literally resistance, resistance, resistance. Find support on it, and then boom, then you go. You know, so. And it would be fine. Just because you go below your 1618, I think it'd still be fine. Yeah. Yeah. It does look like it wants to go lower in the immediate term. So whether that's at about 0.0045, 0.004, or lower remains to be seen. But definitely a solid chance you could form a double bottom, a higher low, slightly higher low, or even a lower low. All those things are on the table. So lower nonetheless is where I think you're going in the more immediate terms. And that's all I got, guys. That's the whole video. So if you liked the video, if you had a good time, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate you. And if you didn't subscribe, still thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trying it out. And whatever, man. You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Everybody has their own preferences. There are plenty of people who make YouTube videos who I think they are smart and kind people, and I might even like them in real life, but I don't watch all their videos. You know, I don't subscribe to them, and that's no offense. Something, you know, you subscribe to the people you want to subscribe to. I'm talking way too much, man. It's the end of the night for me. I'm a little bit slap happy. I'm going to end the video there. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.